and Sam and I are going to guide you through this transformative masterclass to see if what we are doing in the online space is aligned for you. So I want to start by letting you know a little bit about a framework of what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to share with you my transformation that has occurred through this space because I like to tell stories, and I feel like that really resonates with people when you can hear an actual event and transformation in someone's life. And then we're going to dive into the details of what this space actually is. How have we leveraged our time, our energy, and our soul mission and our financial circumstances in order to change our life in the online space? So I want to preface this with the fact that it's not about the words. There's nothing that I'm going to say to you in this masterclass today that is going to convince you that this is the thing. It's not about the words. It's about the frequency. So take a deep breath and feel the authenticity. Feel the heart-centered message that wants to come through from soul to soul. We're going to be stretching your vision. We're going to be expanding your ability to really tap into your wildest dreams and beyond. So feel the feeling. Know that it's like a movie trailer, right? We couldn't possibly share all of the details of what is here for you because we'd be here for hours upon end. We can share with you just enough that's going to give you an idea of what the community is, what the mission is, and then you get to stay until the end and see if this is something that you want to explore more deeply. Okay, so my name is Monica. I want to share my story with you. I want to share with you who I was before I found this space, who I am now, and how. How did I get to where I am now? How am I living my dream and truly living my mission? 4 years ago, I was literally hanging by a thread, spiritually, emotionally, financially. I was on the edge. So I was a nurse, a bedside nurse. And you can imagine what was going on about 4 years ago. I am a solo parent, sole provider of 3 kids, and I was in the thick of it as a bedside nurse. I was depleted. I was stressed out. I was living in the stories of the past, like who's been there, or maybe you're there now, living by the stories of the past and dwelling in like, what can I do to create a better future for the children? But I couldn't even access that because I didn't know how I was going to pay the bills. I didn't know how I was going to clothe the kids. I didn't know how I was going to pay for the roof over our heads. But I knew I could no longer be a nurse. Every time I walked in that door, I was compromising my values. And put a 1 in the comments if that's where you are. If you have landed in corporate America, that is where you are, that you're building someone else's dream. Put a 1 in the comments. I want to kind of gauge like, what is, okay, I'm seeing some ones. So you feel me, you feel that resistance, right? Where you're having to compromise your values every day, where you're literally building someone else's dreams. And so I started to explore, like I knew I wanted to live my mission. Who wants to live their mission? I so deeply desired to live my mission, but I didn't know how. And there was part of me that like, I wanted to open a holistic nursing facility and heal people in that way. But that felt so big. And I knew people who owned brick and mortar businesses, and they were stressed out. They had created another job for themselves. They had invested 6 figures and kept reinvesting. They were tied to that place. And I didn't want that. So I knew that brick and mortar was like out of the question. So I was like, okay, online. It's online, right? Like who here knows that the opportunity is in the online space? But there are so many opportunities, right? How many opportunities have you looked at? Drop in the comments and tell me how many opportunities have you looked at? Because I looked at a lot of them and I actually became very disillusioned, right? Because it's like, what do I do? Do I start a YouTube channel? Do I start an Etsy store? Do I do an Amazon FBA? Is there an MLM out there for me? So I started exploring all of these opportunities because I was ready to hit the ground running and create the life of my dreams for me and my children. I was done playing small. So I looked at MLMs and I was like, okay, well, low commissions. I didn't want to dabble in that. I didn't want to make the list of 100. I didn't want to reach out to friends and family. I didn't want to have to hit rank every single month. I didn't want to have an auto ship. I didn't want any of that. I didn't want to play small. I didn't want to create a side income. I wanted to replace my lucrative nursing income in a way that would impact myself, my inner journey, my healing journey, my families, and the world. So MLM was out of the picture. And then I was like, okay, what about like Etsy or Amazon? No, I had no desire to create my own product, ship my own product, do any customer service. I didn't want to do any of that. And I was like, okay, what about coaching? I'm a healer. I can be a coach and a healer online. That's kind of where I landed for a while. And what I found with that space, which I love, and I actually am able to do that now from a place of soul alignment, is as a coach, I was very depleted. I was still attached to that exchange for dollar per hour, dollar per client. I wasn't really living the values that I was preaching, which is what I feel that we see a lot in the field of coaching. I didn't want to do email lists. I didn't want to set up funnels. I didn't want to do discovery calls. I didn't want to do graphics. Like I didn't want to do any of that. I didn't want to live launch to launch. And so I was like, okay. And then all of these, what they had in common is there was no plan for retirement and there was no like generational impact that I was going to be able to make something willable to my children. And so I asked, I was like, please, I am disillusioned. Just soul, show me the way. And one day I was like mindlessly scrolling, kind of numbing out. Have you ever done that before? Like numb out on Facebook or Instagram, get stuck in reels for a couple of hours and you're like, where the heck did that time go? Feel like you wasted your time? Well, that was me. And I actually found this opportunity. This is what came to me. And what I have found here is I am able to live, earn, and be in a very different way. I have been able to shift from an employee mindset to an investor mindset. And so essentially what we're doing in this space is we are doing the inner work that is all provided here for us by a teaching platform. We are activating the law of attraction. We are implementing the strategy that is all here for us. I had zero experience. And we are leading the people who organically, naturally align with our frequency to a vehicle, a high ticket vehicle that we're going to teach you about that they naturally align with. Why? Because they care about body, mind, and soul, just like you. And so look at your journey. How did you get here? I guarantee you, no one begged you to come or spammed you to come. You were drawn to someone's frequency. They sent you a link and you came to watch this webinar. And so this is how you landed here. So I'm going to invite you to open your heart to gain an understanding of what wealth potential is here, what planetary impact is here, and the impact that you can have on your health. And guess what? You don't have to do it alone. You get to do it with a community. And so here I am sitting here before you today. I cannot make income claims because I want to remain compliant and protect my business. But I can tell you that I went from a 1-bedroom apartment with 3 children, not having vacation for years, to owning a home on a lake, owning a horse. Yes, I have a unicorn, like every little girl's dream. And I am going on my 3rd vacation of the year in October. So my life has absolutely transformed. And this transformation is available to you here in this space, but not just in this space, because this may be the thing, it may not be the thing, but we're offering you a transformation right now in this masterclass to expand your vision on what is possible in the online space, to expand your vision on what is possible and what you can will to your children. There's nothing like this. There's nothing like this that exists out there. We are the one and only, I can guarantee. And to dream again. I'm inviting you to dream again and get inspired in what you see here. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull up the slides here. And I just want to quickly show you a picture of our community. And it's not in the names, right? It's not in the words. It really is in a frequency. I want you to just gaze upon the eyes of this diverse community that includes men and women from all over the world, many different ages, many different backgrounds, people who have truly come from dirt floors to mansions. This is what is available here, but in a high integrity way that is changing not only our lives, but the planet. We are making a global impact here. And now I'm going to invite Sam to unmute and come on here to share with us. And what Sam is going to share with us is we're first going to edify the wealth opportunity that is here for you. We want you to know the wealth potential, not because we're greedy people, but because we are heart-centered wealth creators and wealth transferers. Is that a word? Transferers, it is now, okay? We are transferring wealth. We are allowing those who don't have the opportunity to create wealth, who weren't born into it, to access wealth. Why? Because the more money we make, the more impact we can make. And then she's going to share the product and edify this long-standing company that's been around for 50 years and why this is the company and why now is the time. Okay, Sam, come play, darling.
Thank you, my love, Monica. And you are such a light. I love listening to you. And, you know, for everybody that's here, welcome. And thank you for taking the time to be here and join us. And just to, as Monica said, just feel into your body and feel, look at this slide with these people on here. These people are all around the world, building wealth and rewriting the legacy of their families, their lineage. It's shifting. And this is one of the things that's been really, really touching and powerful for me. And I'll share a bit more about that as we go along. But the thing I really wanted to open with, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Sam or Samantha, and I live in Costa Rica. So I've built my business from Costa Rica, from the jungle here. And that's pretty wild, hey? Isn't that a wild concept that actually I can be, and this was one of my desires when I came to this space, that I can be anywhere in the world and still know that myself and my family are provided for, and way more than provided for our future, for my children's future. And I can do that from wherever I choose, and I'm choosing the middle of the jungle next to the ocean in Costa Rica. And yeah, right. And so just let that land, because this is the thing we're doing. We really get to shift and redefine how we live, how we earn, and how we choose to be in this world. And we've been so conditioned to believe that it has to be a certain way, that we have to fit in a certain box, that we have to do it how our parents did, that we can't live in the middle of the jungle and create this ripple effect and build this generational wealth. And that's not just for my family, it's for other people's families as well, and have that impact. So I really invite you to really be open to how we can get to choose to live, earn, and be, and that's possible for every single one of us here. Every single person here has made a choice to be here. And as Monica said, there's a reason you're here, and that will be an energetic reason. You found a person, a post, you were invited, and that's why you're here. And so this live, earn, be part, we get to create it in whatever way we choose. For me, that meant at the time, 5 years ago, I was living in Bali. And that's how I wanted to live. I've been living overseas for 15 years. I was choosing how I wanted to live. But what I was also doing was I was choosing how I was earning. And the way I was earning was not serving me to live with expansion, with fun, with a way that nourished my soul. I was absolutely depleted from having my own business, being a mom of 2 young children. And this feeling, this anxiety feeling I constantly had around money and how much I work and how much I earn and how I can provide, this feeling of knowing that, or being told that to actually have the business, have the success, have the income that I desired that would actually provide for our family means I have to work hard. I have to hustle. I have to do all the things. We do not have to live and earn and be in that way. We can do it in a very nourishing way to our soul. And that's what I've discovered here in this community and in this business. That we get to create in a way that does that. I spend my days, every Friday I go horse riding with my daughter. There's a horse theme here, have you noticed? I go horse riding with my daughter. I choose when I work. And yes, I work. Building a business requires you to work. It requires you to put time into it. But it brings me joy. Because I co-create with the people here, the people that you see in this picture. It brings me so much joy to know that I'm making a difference in this world. It brings me so much joy to know that if I choose to spend my morning doing yoga, going to the organic store, spending time with my children, that's okay. Because I can still build a thriving business from how I'm living. So we really just get to turn these old ways on their heads and choose something completely different. I've traveled 3 times this year, like Monica already. And 5 years ago, I'd stopped traveling. I've lived around the world. I've lived overseas for 15 years, but I'd stopped traveling because I didn't have a way that supported me to do that. I didn't have a leveraged business model that allowed me to really leverage my time, give me a leveraged income, and give me the leverage to be anywhere in the world. And when we say leverage, it gives you the flexibility, it gives you choices, gives you absolute choices and flexibility to choose how you live. So I just really wanted to share that before we jump into the slides, because it's super important to know that you get to choose a different way. And for any of you here, has anyone ever been told by their parents? And this is something that comes up for me frequently. I remember as I was growing up, as a very young girl, having these dreams of traveling the world, being told, well, you can't do that because you need to compromise. You're going to have to work. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to work. Well, if I have to work, can I not travel and work? Can I not go and live where I want and work there? No, you need to get a job so you can get some money and then you can go away. I'm like, doesn't sound like much fun to me. So we really, if anyone else has been told that when they're a child, these stories stay with us to an adult. So you really get to rewrite those and choose something different. So should we jump on in, Monica? Generational wealth building. That's what this community, this leverage business model allows us to do. Build generational wealth. Now, there's a whole bunch of writing on there, but what I really want to bring your attention to is down here in the bottom right. There is, when we're talking about building wealth, we can build wealth in all sorts of ways, as Monica shared. And when you're looking at a leverage business model and one that has uncapped income potential, this is up to you. And so who here would like to earn 100K a year? Drop a 1 in the comments if you'd like to earn 100K a year. I love how the comments have to catch up in Zoom. So this is the wealth potential with this business model. You see on the left, it says earn 1 million a year. You see on the right, bottom right, it says earn 100K a year. The beautiful thing about this, and one of the things that really attracted me, is we get to decide what we earn. We get to decide how much time we put into this. The business model works, and the earning potential, because it's a high profit income model, it has a high profit and it has a high income wealth building element to it. So whether you want to earn 100K a year, which many people in corporate jobs, when I had a corporate job many, many years ago, I didn't earn 100K a year. I earned 60K a year. So I was like, oh, 100K, that sounds like a lot. If you're looking and you want to earn a million a year, whether you want to earn that a year or whether you want to earn that in 5 years, we're looking at the difference in sales you need to make in this business to make that sort of and build that sort of wealth is very different to anything I've experienced. I don't know about you guys. But for me, in my businesses, really, with the time I got and the hours I could spend working on my business, I did consultancy and I did contract work when I was living in Bali. Realistically, I couldn't earn much more than 100K a year. With this, with the same hours or less, actually, I probably work less, I could potentially earn 1 million a year if I wanted to, because the business model works. So what we're really here to do is just stretch your imagination to what's possible. From, if any of you have ever read Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and the cash flow quadrant, on the left side, you have an employee mindset, and that is absolutely dictated by how many hours you can work is how much you can earn. And what we're looking to do is really introduce you to the world of an investor mindset, whereby your income is uncapped and then you start investing. And that's when we really start to build generational wealth. So that's what's possible here. So what I really want you to sort of take away from this slide is the earning potential is there. It's up to you how much you earn. But just know, if you want to earn 100K a year, 15 sales in a year will allow you to earn 100K based on certain criteria. And so who here has a business where you make 15 sales a year and you'll make 100K? Not many people, right? Yeah. Not many people. Who here has a business where you earn 1 million a year and it's 150 sales, 154 sales? So this is the potential here. So I'm going to dive a bit deeper so you can learn more about the details about what I'm actually talking about. But this is just really for you to know that this is here for you and you get to choose. Okay, Monica, she's a slide queen. So one of my whys and one of the reasons that I was really, really attracted to this particular business model is what we call legacy wealth. But actually, I'd like to rephrase that to generational wealth, for our future generations, because we're here to really not only financially support our future generations, but support the planet as well. And generational wealth is something that this business uniquely offers. And I remember when I heard this, because who here has some sort of pension plan for older life? Who here is financially looked after for when they're older? Not many people. I hadn't too. I haven't got a pension plan. I haven't got anything in place. And let's face it, most of them probably won't exist by the time we get there anyway. Next year, I'm 50 years old. And so I'm sat there thinking, 5 years ago, I'm sat here thinking, wow, generational wealth. And the part that I want you to pay the most attention to here is the legacy income part. This part here is where we get paid monthly bonuses that can last a lifetime, and we hand them down to our children. So you see here, you get a $25,000 bonus for getting to this level, and then you get $5,000 monthly for life. Now let that just land a minute. What would that mean to you? Drop it in the comments. How would that make you feel? How would that make you feel if you knew that that was coming in every month? And this is aside from what your business makes. Now, Brooke, who was going to be on here but isn't feeling too well, she's already at this legacy income part. And for me, my goal is by the time I'm 50, which is next year, to be at this generational wealth part of the business, have built my business to that level. Yeah, free, safe, limitless. Yeah, absolutely. Peace, Brooke. Yes. And I love that word peace. I'll come back to it in a moment. So this is, I mean, imagine how your nervous system would feel if this was your reality. Just breathe and imagine that for a moment. I know how mine will feel. And 5 years ago, mine was absolutely shot to pieces, and I had no idea. And when Monica was talking about transformation, this has been one of my biggest transformations here. To know as my business is growing that myself and my children are financially provided for, whatever happens in the world, but know that this is here for me. And I'm just going to share a little story. We recently, and you'll learn a bit more about this in a moment. We recently, a group of us in our community went to Japan. Because it's the birthplace of the company that we partner with. And this was one of the most profound moments for me while in Japan. There is a pathway in Japan that's lined with trees on the land where this company is based in Okinawa. It's a beautiful, beautiful island, turquoise waters, jungle. It's the heart and soul of the island is so peaceful. There's that word again. And this pathway is lined with trees. And each tree represents a person that's got to this legacy wealth, this generational wealth that they can then hand down to their children. And the presence and the peace that you feel walking that path, being in the energy of those trees, is deeply, deeply profound. And knowing that one day, very soon, I'm going to have a tree there too. But I shared that experience with Brooke and with our team. And the peace you feel knowing that that's there. And there were people, I will share, from all over the world who have trees planted there. People who partner with this business from India, from Cambodia, from Vietnam, from Romania, from all around the world who have got to this level in their business and built it this way. So just know that this is accessible to absolutely anybody, absolutely anyone. So Just one other thing I wanted to touch on here is for you to also know that this generational wealth part starts once you're getting to what we call 6A and 6A2 and 6A2-2. Those terms won't mean anything to you, but what I will share is that at these levels, you start getting bonuses as well. So as your business grows, these bonuses are gradually introduced up to the point where you get to legacy, where you receive this monthly bonus for life. So it's a really beautiful expansion of yourself and your business. As your business grows, your earnings grow. So I think that's all on legacy, unless you want to add anything, Monica. Okay, marvelous. So who are the company we partner with? Who is it that's allowing us to really build this generational wealth and change the trajectory of our families' lives? Because that's what we're doing. We're shifting from these scarcity mindsets into ones where we really get to thrive abundantly and live limitlessly. So the company is called Enagic. And if you've been watching any of us on social media, which I'm sure some of you have, we were there last week, for their 50th anniversary. So Enagic are in the business of water. Water is polluted all around the world. Everybody needs water. Energy and magic equal Enagic. Yes, water is life. And so this is a product that everybody wants, needs, and loves. And the Enagic Kangen water ionizers are medical grade. And, you know, to get these medical grade certificates, they've been through, I think it's 11 years of assessments to actually get the medical grade machines. They're in 250 hospitals in Japan. It's pretty wild. Over Okinawa, you can get Kangen water absolutely everywhere. And this is a water that also helps eliminate plastic from the environment. Plastic bottled water is seriously polluted. Seriously, seriously, seriously. We all know that. And so this is a solution for everybody. So the water it's very smooth and it's packed with molecular hydrogen, which basically means it's super hydrating, it's antioxidant rich, and it nourishes our health holistically. So it's there to support people to be healthy, but also to heal. And we don't have health claims here, but that it supports you as part of your healthy approach to life. It transforms your home into an eco-friendly, no-tox sanctuary. The water's incredible. It removes pesticides off of fruit and vegetables. So none of us want those in our bodies, do we? And it has the water has over 100 uses for your home. So you can really have a toxic-free sanctuary in your body, for your family, and in your home. It's a 50-year-old company. Like I said, it's award-winning, and they have a 500-year plan. Mr. Oshiro, the founder of Enagic, his mission is to transform the health and wealth of humanity with this. So we've spoken about the generational wealth part already. This is the health part. And it's really, really profound. With Enagic, there are no monthly quotas, so no de-ranking. Whoever here has done MLM, drop it in the comments. Yes, I've done MLM, right? And this comes back to the health of our bodies. The anxiety of monthly quotas and de-ranking. I've never done low ticket network marketing or MLM, but I cannot imagine living in that anxiety every month of having quotas and sales quotas to do. So they did 1.3 billion sales in 2023. No, yeah, I'm saying that. People are like, no, it was terrible. And this is a global company. They have global distribution rights in 45 offices around the world, 22 countries. They've just opened an office in Nigeria. They've just opened one in Brazil. And like I said, there's one in Cambodia. it is incredible the ripple effect that Enagic are having on the world. It's really, really beautiful. And to be at the event in Okinawa last week and feel that energy, there were 8,000 people there from all around the world. So to feel that energy and know what impact this water is having on people for their wealth and their health and for their peace, this is one of the most important parts, and for their peace, and this comes from Mr. Oshiro, the founder of Enagic, is really quite profound. The next slide, please, Monica.
Okay, may I add
Yeah.
something? And I just want to say, I couldn't figure out how to unmute myself earlier when you said, do you have anything to share, Monica? And I just sat there. So let me just let you know that you don't have to be a tech whiz to this business, right? I had no experience at all. And you don't even have to do this. Like, if you don't want to do webinars, you don't ever have to do this to build your business. You get to lean on the gifts of others. And I think I would consider this a gift of mine, but when you can't function Zoom, just a side note. Okay, what I want to point out to you, thank you so much for all of those amazing shares about Enagic, this amazing business that has a 500-year business plan. Okay, what I want to point out to you is, see the chart in the upper left-hand corner. It's the developmental chart of successful direct sales companies. Look at this pathway. So research shows that direct sales company, they have a certain trajectory. Okay. And this is that piece that I talked about earlier. That's like, why now? Why is now the time to get into Enagic? First of all, the market's not saturated at all. Like, less than 1% of the population knows about this water. We are number one in the market. We control 80% of the market. Really, all other machines, ionizers that you may research out there, are just trying to be a little piece of Enagic, but it's patented technology. So they can't even access it. But when you look at this chart, do you see where we're at? The arrow shows that Enagic is at the acceleration phase. And now look at the momentum phase. We are about to blow up, y'all, in the most amazing way. The return on investment for this machine, aside from the hundreds of thousands of dollars that you're going to save over the life of a machine that was going to last you 25 plus years, right? Like, we're making real impact here. Earlier, do you remember I said people have gone from dirt floors to mansions? Like, that's a real thing. We made $1.3 billion in sales in 2023, and we haven't hit momentum. They pay out 50% in commissions, and then they pay out bonuses on top of that. The income, the impact potential here, you cannot find it anywhere else. So if you're feeling the feeling, like if you're feeling the warm, fuzzy feeling, or maybe you're like, oh shit, it's too good to be true, lean into the feeling, okay? Keep leaning in, keep feeling into this, and, take the next steps if you're feeling the call. Okay, I'm going to stop now and pass it back to Sam, but I just wanted to interject myself there since I found the freaking mute button and give you a little more juice about all of this. Okay, go ahead, Sam.
I absolutely love you, Monica. Thank you. And don't you just love the way Monica says y'all? I'm English, so it's such a funny sounding word to me. Thank you for sharing it. Yeah, the potential is absolutely massive. There's like, I don't know how many billion people there are in the world, and there's 2 million sold products. So the potential is absolutely massive. And just one thing I want to add about the ionizers is that they're all made by one person. So one person makes each machine, which is incredible. The integrity and the quality of the products is just astonishing to me. And again, we went to one of the factories in Okinawa, and you could see people doing things by hand. It's like, wow, this is not like mechanized central. It was amazing. So anyway, moving on. So they have 3 main products, and actually what's really exciting is they've just introduced a new one. So the first one is the water machine, which we've talked about already. So it has the pH level from 2.5 to 11.5. The pesticides take off from the fruit. It takes pesticides off fruit and vegetables. There's beauty water. You can clean with it. The 2.5, you can actually clean in your home with it. And it clears up skin infections. It's really quite incredible. And what I love particularly about this K8, for those of you that do live anywhere in the world, is it's got one of these inbuilt converter things where you plug it in the wall. I'm not an electrician, as you can tell, and it adapts to the local electricity supply. So you don't have to worry about your machine blowing up, is the short of it, which is amazing. And it fits in a small luggage size suitcase that you can carry on the plane. So you can take your machine anywhere. The Inespa is our in-home spa experience. It's so lush and nourishing. There's a charcoal ceramic filter from Japan in there. And it's really for especially for your, our skin is our biggest organ. And so for our families, it's taking the chlorine out of water. So if your kids love bathing, which I've not met a child that doesn't enjoy being in a bath yet, the children bath in this super luscious water. It cleans up. Many people have had incredible experiences with eczema and skin conditions as well. So that's the Inespa. The Ukon is the turmeric. Turmeric is naturally anti-inflammatory. And Nagic are really unique. They put 2 types of turmeric into their capsules to really enhance the performance of the turmeric. And for me, my personal experience, I have a chronic mosquito disease that gives me arthritic pain in my joints that kept me awake for years and years and years. And now I drink the water and I take the Ukon and I don't have that pain anymore. So that's my experience, and not a health claim, but it's really, really transformational. And then the 4th product that's just been introduced is an electronic device that protects from high frequency electromagnetic noise. So it removes the noise from our homes. So if you've got laptops, phones, we're all surrounded by these noise waves everywhere we go, and it affects our vibration. And so what these do is you literally put it in your proximity and it neutralizes it. We have lots more information on all of those products. I'm not going to go into it too much more now, but just for you to know that that's available. So the products are amazing for your health, and they're also products that you can start with on 0% down payment. And there's lots of ways that you can do that, which we can talk about. So we spoke about uncapped earning potential. How many of you have worked where you've had uncapped earning potential? Drop a yes or a no in the comments. Most of us haven't, because most of us only have so many hours in the day. And we don't have a leveraged business model. And what's really beautiful about this is it really allows us to earn to whatever potential we desire. So there's a lot of numbers on here. But what I really want to do is draw your attention to 3 things. Over and down. This is an over and down business. It is not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is the corporate sector. A pyramid scheme is most businesses where the person at the top makes most of the money and everybody else gets a small chunk. That is not uncapped earning potential. What this means is you make the most income based on direct sales. You also make an income based on group sales and your team sales to a certain point. So that brings me to the second point that I'd like to just bring your attention to. Pizza. Let's talk about pizza. Priya, I love the word uncapped. I know, right? It's just so limitless. It's limitless, which is incredible. Pizza. So we pay based on a pizza. So when you start earning, we have something called quad, which is the 4 products that you saw before. You invest in a quad. There's different ways you can invest in a quad. It can be anything between $11,000 and $15,000. And we have this 8-point system. So when you start earning, you earn 1 point. And then once you've earned at 1 point, you move to 2 points of earning. When you invest in a quad, your first person that you bring into the business starts earning 2 points. 2 points means 2 parts of the pizza. So you can see you bring your first person in and you're already earning a 4-figure commission. Now, who here has ever earned a 4-figure commission from the first person they have joining their business or purchasing from them? And by the way, we talk about it in terms of service because we don't talk about selling here. Yes, we sell, but what we do is we serve. Selling is serving. So you start earning at 2 points. And then as you move through the compensation plan, the goal is for you to get to your full 8-point commissions. Now, if you're building with 4 product sales, you make 18 sales and you're already earning at the full 8-point commission, which here you can see is $6,700. So you serve one person, you support them and their family with their health, you support them with a leverage business model that can give them generational wealth, which will pay them monthly for their life and they can pass on to their children. And you get paid $6,700 for serving one person. How does that feel? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to know. How does that feel in your body? Now, from somebody who used to earn by the hour, I've done low value affiliate marketing as well, because this is an affiliate marketing model. And I used to make $20 commission per sale on an affiliate product. This is pretty damn wild. And that's the potential that's here. So the third part I want to bring your attention to is how fast you can move. So depending on whether you're selling single products or whether you're selling in packages of 4, and there's different ways that we teach you to build the business to maximize the compensation plan. We have strategies for that as well. You start at 1A, then you move to 2A, depending how many sales, once you've helped one person, and then you're at 3A, when you've helped 3 people, you've got 11 sales, and it quickly moves up to 6A. So you have a progression there in terms of your rank. But the thing that I really want to highlight here is these don't all need to be your own sales. You actually receive commissions for what we call your group sales as well. So for the other sales you have in your business. So when somebody joins your business, Monica joins my business, and then from Monica, Brooke joins her business. So I receive a commission and we all receive a commission. But what happens is as my business grows, and as their business grows, they receive more of the pizza to the point where I receive none of the pizza. So you get that shift. But for you to get to this first level of receiving bonuses, like we were talking about on the previous slide, the legacy slide, and I know this is a lot of numbers, so if you're not getting it, don't worry. I've been here 5 years and it took me a good 2 to get anywhere near understanding all this. But if you're wanting, if you're getting to this first level of receiving bonuses at 6A, with your own sales and your group sales, you can see how you can get there quite quickly as people join your team. So it's a fast opportunity for you to move. Okay, Monica. So I'd like to introduce you, and then I'm going to hand back to Monica to wrap it up, to what we call the quad fast track business strategy. And we mentioned it a few times before, whereby when you start the business, you invest in 4 products. So you have them all for your family's health. You also have them to support you to build your business. So the benefits of investing this way, so you open with the shower, you get 2 machines and you get the Yukon. Now, for those of you that are in Europe or Australia, you can actually have the M Guard as one of these products as well. And you can just talk to your sponsor about that if that's something that you're interested in doing. But for these purposes, we're going to use these 4 products for the numbers. So the benefits of investing this way is when you open your business, you actually get paid commission on your first 3 sales. So you open your business with your shower, and the first 3 products, the 2 machines and the Ukon, you get commissions on. So you actually get a cashback commission for opening your business, which is, so you start earning from day one. You start earning from day one. And then your next 5 sales, you receive 13,000 commission on. And these are quad sales, so four products. And so by this time, you've got your total return on investment with 5 sales. Now, my husband's had a restaurant. He's put hundreds of thousands into opening a restaurant. His return on investment didn't happen for 3 years. And for most traditional brick and mortar businesses, they don't either. So the speed of this, when I saw this, I was like, wow, I helped 5 people and I've got a return on investment. That is incredible. So your next 11 sales, you get 36,000 commission, because remember, you're moving up in that pizza. And ultimately, by the time you've made 18 sales, you've helped 18 people with a quad, you've served them, you made 100K in commissions. How would that feel? And that's how fast, and that's how we're able to really, really leverage this business model and this uncapped earning potential. It really is incredible. I was going to share something else and I can't remember, so I'll move on.
Perfect. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for that, Sam. Wow, how exciting. I just want to point out, okay, this is a crazy number. In order to get to that generational wealth number, that $5,000 per month that's willable to your children, is only 240 quad sales. And that's team sales. Like 240, is that mind blowing? And I want to remind you that 5,000 is just where that generational wealth begins. It keeps going up from there. What about $80,000 a month? Every month for the rest of your life, willable to your children. Is that like a stretch for you? How does it feel in your body when we say something like that? When I first came into this business, I was like, I couldn't even access that possibility. But because this space provides, remember, all of the inner work, all of the strategy, proven systems and structures to plug into, I now can access that possibility and beyond the beyond, because I've done the work. And so, take a breath. Did you catch the vision? Right? Not everyone catches the vision. Not everyone is, like that revolutionist that's ready to change the world, but in a different way. The world is craving this divine feminine, whether you're a man or a woman. The world is craving the softness, the open-heartedness of the divine feminine energy to heal the earth. And that's what we get to do here. We start with ourselves, and then we get to overflow to our families, and then the people around us, the entire collective, and the earth. We are changing the world on so many different levels with this. It's not even about the money, is it? Money is a byproduct. But I'll tell you what, the money that I earned in this business to buy that horse, it has brought me so much happiness and so much joy. The horse's heart field is like 10 times the size of ours. And so the money opens the door for us to have the experiences that are going to lead to soul growth. So again, it's not about the words. Remember, it's about the frequency. So do you feel me? Take a breath. Can you feel this? Now, I want to invite you really quickly, honor your time. We're close to the hour, so we're going to wrap this up. I want to invite you into the possibility of taking the next steps. And so what does that look like? That means that you're going to reach out to the person who invited you into this webinar, and you're going to say, I'm ready for the next steps. That simple. I'm ready for the next steps. And they will guide you to the next step so that you can learn more about the compensation plan, more about the integrity of the business, and then we can bring you into, drum roll please, a mentorship. This slide is showing you this beautiful mentorship that we have coming up, where the heart-centered leaders that include Sam and I and many other beautiful people in this community who have plugged into the system have gotten the results. We get to show you, get to lean on our stories and our results because everyone starts at zero. We take you by the hand, plug you into the system, plug you into a course called Launch Your Business. It guides you step by step, day by day to show you exactly what you need to do to make this business work for you, with you, to amplify and activate your soul mission. But you are the deciding factor, right? Disclaimer, right? Like there is a catch. And guess what, babe? You're the catch, right? Like you are always the catch. You are always the deciding factor. And so if you reach out, when you reach out, because I know you're highly activated and so excited and inspired, when you reach out for the next steps, you have an opportunity to come into this mentorship. But it's coming up soon. So move fast. We're looking for those who are ready to change the lives of thousands and millions of families. So our cutoff for mentorship, it starts on the 16th of this month. So come on, let's go, get moving. Now, for those fast action takers, if you reach out and take the next steps within the next 48 hours, we have a bonus for you. And if you look on your slide, I have included a couple of pictures of some beautiful heart-centered leaders in our community, Clint X. Morgan, Christy X. Ord, and Balaj W. Cardos. Many of us had the privilege of meeting these beautiful gems who are leaders in our community, who are tapping into crazy amounts of passive income by making massive change on the planet. They have recorded us. It's about a 90-minute call, and it's a 100K in 90 days strategy training that shows you exactly how we tap into 100K in 90 days or even less, but maybe more, because remember, you're the deciding factor. But they show you that strategy. They break it down for you. And to play in the energy of these three leaders is highly, highly activating, highly inspiring. And if you're like me and you play in the realm of like the quantum and exchanging codes, you want the codes that these leaders have to offer, because they are amazing people who rose out of adversity and have very unique, amazing stories. And they share that energy with you in this call. So who's ready? Put them on in the comments if you're ready to move within the next 48 hours. Okay, now I'm going to wrap it up. I want to tell all of you that we so appreciate your presence and your openness to be willing. And I trust that you had some form of transformation, inspiration, and activation in this past hour. We really do love you. We are here to make massive change. And whether that's just you spending a masterclass with us or actually coming into this business with us to change the lives of our children for generations to come, either way, we love you so, so much and appreciate you. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And we look forward to all of the messages asking for the next steps. I want the next steps. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And Sam, is there anything you want to say real quick? We have 30 seconds.
I was just going to say thank you so much, Monica, and just lean into possibility. Exploring more and diving deeper costs you absolutely nothing. Follow that feeling, follow your heart, follow your calling, and just know there's another way. We do not have to stay stuck. We get to step into possibility and choosing to live, earn, and be in a very different way and energy. Thanks, Monica. Love you.
Oh, love you all. Love you too, Sam. Bye, everyone.